We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Here comes Johnson on the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Smith and the Redskins will come up now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, 75 yards. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? Well, we saw exactly what happened there. A tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Throwing on first down is Keenum. Buying time to his left. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Washington Redskins right now sitting at 3-2. Interesting last couple of weeks. You look back to Week 5, Monday night game on the road. They got annihilated by Drew Brees and the Saints. Came back 6 days later with a statement win that you saw in person against Carolina.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. When you see an NFL team take a beating like they took in New Orleans, if they are halfway decent, expect their pride to come out in the next game. And that's exactly what we saw against Carolina. Started fast, got out to a 14-0 lead. Strong throughout. Defense reacted a whole lot better than they did on Monday night. Josh Norman, their star cornerback, caught a lot of grief about what happened. Got briefly benched against New Orleans. He had one of his better games on Sunday against Carolina. Had an interception and a forced fumble.
And that'll be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Smith. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
We're following the made field goal for 3. Hopkins now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very solid gain of 27. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And on the ground they go with a running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I'd like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10.
Hey, back up. Real quick. You guys go 52.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 36 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I can just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does the defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Hopkins' kick is good. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And now running right through it. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they'll go on the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 50. Hey, go, Roger. Switch. Down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Roger.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about it.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Redskins scoop it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
No, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
After the interception, here's Keenum. Dancing, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Preston Smith in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On play action, now Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. So on fourth down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off of play action, here's Smith. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 56 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
52. 35.
From the red zone now, Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On 1st and 10, Smith throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson from 10 yards out. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Keenum steps away to his left. And he hits his man on the out route, Demaryius Thomas. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Keenum going to throw on 3rd and 1. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Broncos send out their punter now. Back deep for the Redskins, Jamison Crowder. And look at this, it's a fake. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The deception there pays off to perfection. 14 yards on the fake punt and a first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the 50, it's Keenum. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Keenum going to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. The final shot before half for Keenum. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. Being chased out left. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Keenum now on first down. Pass incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Second and 10, Keenum here again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen in there to sack him for a loss of 6. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 34 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Smith on first down. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. Slot, slot.
On first down, it's Smith. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, go, Roger.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
53. Roger, Roger, Roger. Jam, jam.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Mason Foster. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Keenum. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Keenum, got to have this one. It's complete, swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. 15, yeah. Good Liz. Orange.
Throwing again. Smith. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On 4th down, Smith. And that is incomplete. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. And coming out now, the Broncos. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
He'll rifle this one deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20, 10, 5. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown.